Good morning. Just make sure your strap is buckled and it's long enough to put under your armpits. I personally like to put the tail facing my face so it's easier for me to adjust it. And you want the buckle to be away from your feet. And it's okay to have your knees a little bent, but what I eventually would want you to make sure that you're not on your low back. So that means that your sacrum is off the floor. And I don't want you to be too much forward with your tailbone. So right around the center of your sacrum, right in the center of your pelvis. So then you have a neutral pelvis and a neutral spine. But this will be possibly at the very end. So welcome to Yin Yoga. It's good to see you all. For some of you that have not done, is there anyone Yin Yoga? Did you ever do Yin Yoga? Did you do Yin Yoga before, Leslie? No. No, okay. So Yin Yoga is a very quiet practice. We stay in certain poses anywhere between 3 to 7 minutes. And the whole idea is to stress the joints in order to release some connective tissue that is dry, okay, needs to be released, and then promote synovial fluid, promote blood flow. Stressing the joint in a good way strengthens your joints. That's on the physical part. On the emotional part, it's a very inward practice. Instead of a workout, it's a work in, which is very difficult to do. It's very difficult to sit with yourself and focus just on you, because it's so much easier to look out there, what goes on the outside. However, I always say we go around the bush, but the only healing is when we really spend time on our own, long term. So you can feel good doing something on a short term, but if you really want to heal, the only way to do it is to spend time on your own, figure out what doesn't feel good, what needs attention, and so on and so forth. So very little muscle contraction or engagement, which is, I say very little because as much as we try not to, we're still going to find ourselves trying to control. So just be mindful of that. For today's class, 2 pillows or a bolster, a strap that is already looped, and a couple of blocks are always wonderful to be here. What I want to emphasize in the Yin Yoga, that everybody's body is different. Our pelvises are different, so not one pose fits every person. I will do my best to show you modifications, and I would also encourage you to give your brain or your nervous system the task of just going maybe 30 or 40%. And then your nervous system will slowly guide you. So you're finding the edge where you feel that you can sustain it. We then find stillness, we go inward, and then we give it time. So you may not feel something right away, and then the problem is that you're going to push too far, too fast. When you come out of it, you'll notice that you went too far, and then you're going to, create too much inflammation. So let us start with a constructive rest just for a couple of breaths. We're going to lay on our backs. Lift and lengthen your tailbone. Rest on your sacrum here. Wiggle your hips on the floor. Take one hand over your heart center and one over your belly. Take a moment to descend into the earth. Take a deep inhale. Notice your back ribs gracing the mat, and then exhale. Start to scan your body. Notice your feet grounded. Maybe even visualize you tracing your feet on the mat into a little sponge. And as you're pressing and tracing your feet, there is this energy flowing from the ground up. Notice your pelvis. Notice your back, your ribs, the back of your skull. And then visualize your rib cage expanding to the front, to the sides, and to the back. And then from your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, visualize this pillar of light that at this moment will serve you as an inner flashlight, creating a sense of awareness and guidance to your breath. Then with your next breath, we start to breathe through the nose to a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slow. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4. Expand your ribs. 3, 2. Relax your muscles. Hold it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 6. Brighten your light. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Take a moment to invite yourself into this inner stillness, a journey that offers you peace and freedom, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. We will start prone on our stomach, please. Breathe in, breathe out. And now, option to put a pillow under your sternum, but we're gonna bend the right leg in a frog position. Look at your right leg. Hip, knee, and ankle aligned together. Some of you may need a little pillow if you have sensitive inner knee. Open your knee to the side in a frog position. All the way, yeah. Don't grab your foot, just, yeah. Now, glide your right knee as far out as you can. Walk your left leg to the left as far as you can. And I'm going to give you 2 options. You can either make a pillow with your hands and forehead on the hands, or you can come to your forearm in a sphinx pose, maybe even rest your forehead on a block. Soften your jawline. So find your edge. And then try to surrender into the pose. Soften your fingertips and breathe in here. The only time we adjust the pose is either to deepen or to back off a little bit. Allow your breath to be your invisible muscle, and your inner light creates a path for your breath. As you're traveling through this path, through this little journey of yours, you're scanning your body to notice where you feel. What do you feel? Acknowledge it, breathe into it, and then vacuum all the tension and toxins, exhale it out. At the same time, you're scanning your body to notice your habits. Are you breathing? Are you tensing your shoulders or your jawline? Are you in your mind? Change that pattern. Come back to your breath. And as you're diving deep all the way to your bone, you're trying to melt into the contraction of your muscles. Breathe. Inhale. And as if you're unleashing the screws in your joints, and then your breath can flow with more ease through that body. Every inhalation has a pause at the top, as if you're filling up this balloon and you're stressing your tissue. And that's your moment to notice what do you feel and where do you feel. And from that place, you exhale out. Yeah. Breathe in and breathe out. And there is this inner conversation, maybe from the inner groin to your inner knee. Breathe in there with compassion. Separate your lips. And when you notice, as you scan your body again and again, that you're holding tension somewhere, shine your inner light like it's aromatherapy oil melting into those cobwebs. And then immediately your breath follows. So every time you're breathing, there's a pause at the top. That pause allows you to be mindful. That pause allows you to stress the tissue in a healthy way. It also allows you to notice your body is telling you, this is where you are. This is where you are inside of this body at this particular breath. Now with your next breath, come to your hands. Shift your body to the right. Extend your left leg to 9 o'clock. This time the top of your palm is on the floor, and now flip your right leg behind you. Okay? So we're going to shift your body to the right. Your left hand is at 9 o'clock. Turn your palm up to the ceiling. And now your right leg bends over behind you. Any variation that works for you. We'll start with the palm up towards the ceiling. You can always feel free to put a pillow under your head if you wish. Turn your palm up. 9 o'clock. All the way to the side. All the way to the side. Yeah. Turn your palm up to the ceiling and take your leg behind you. So left, come back here. Take your left arm to 9. Yeah, take this. Yeah. Turn it upside down. Maybe you push up and then turn your head this way. And now flip your right leg behind you. Yeah. Breathe. Ooh, feel it? There's a pillow if you need it. And relax your right arm to the side. There. Good. Breathe. So now remember, there's a little residual, a little resistance. Use your breath as your muscle. So remember, if your palm is down or up, we're going to change it up in a minute or so. And now here's a new shape of your body. And that new shape of your body, if you have glasses, it's probably easier to take them off because they might just get bent or something. Yeah. So the way that I like to practice over the years is I look at every pose that I'm in as it could be a situation in my life. And can I use different tools to unwind and to sit in that place? So rather than have my typical habitual way response, maybe I can find better tools. Maybe I can embrace new habits over time to resolve or to find peace and freedom in whatever situation that I'm at. Sometimes it works easily, sometimes it's stubborn because there's more to deal with. But acknowledge that that's a part of the process. And sometimes we're not even aware of how much is in there until something happens and then you notice. Sometimes you have friends or family around you, it's like, what's going on? My friend did that to me last week. She's like, oh my goodness, you are hyper. What's going on? It's like, I've been to London. I had the babies with me. I had to deal with my mother-in-law. All right. So then you take a pause. You reorganize everything. Use your breath as your tool for freedom. And over time, the reason I guide you again and again is that one day you'll start to use your own little guidance and your own inner discipline to be able to do this without someone guiding you. Breathe in. Pause at the top of your breath. What do you feel and where do you feel? Look at it, shine a brighter light. And that from that place, exhale everything out of your body like you're vacuuming the toxins and the tension. If your palm was up, turn your palm the other way. Just change it up just for curiosity. And notice that small little gesture can change the whole dynamic. So now your technician skills might have to shift a little bit. Use your breath. Every breath, inhale as much as you can, pause as long as you can. Just like we did in the beginning of class, and then exhale slowly. And at the bottom of your exhalation, there is a pause. And that pause allows you to acknowledge what you just released. And then notice your next breath. And notice the next cycle. But every breath has to have a pause. And that's the only way that you find yourself being mindful. And now with your invisible power of your breath, you're trying to channel your energy through those 72,000 energy channels, nadis in your body. So visualize your breath and your pillar of light unclogging, unwinding. Can you shine a light into that shoulder joint and visualize your breath radiating right through that joint? With every breath, maybe you're breathing all the way down to your feet. This is how much freedom you're trying to achieve in your breath. And you can feel your ribs expanding. Slowly come to your belly. Make a pillow. Shift your hips side to side and breathe. And the rebound is reorganizing. Where do you need to breathe into now in baby, that transition? And find that inner stillness within you, the inner stillness within you. And if you had to be in that stillness for 15 minutes, what will you do with yourself? With your next breath, bend your left knee in a frog position. If you need to shift your body to the right so you can rest your inner left knee, feel free to do so, or you can rest a pillow if you have sensitive inner knee. And now align your ankle with your knee and with your hip, 90 degrees. And breathe. Shift your right leg as far back as you can. And then relax your leg. And now before you get settled, lengthen your left inner knee. Drag it as far to the left as you can. Good. And then your option to be on your hands, or you can come to a Sphinx variation that will be a little bit more intense. And breathe. And now visualize that inner groin lengthening to your inner knee. This is an area we don't typically really get into, but has a lot of limitations or create a lot of havoc. So breathe in and breathe out. And now once you found your edge, you're going inward, you're finding stillness inside of you. And the only thing you're focusing on is your pillar of light and your breath. You breathe in until you pause and you shine a brighter light at your pause. What does your body tell you? Look at it, acknowledge it, and from that place, vacuum and exhale slow. And when you come to the end of your exhalation, take a pause and acknowledge that you eliminated something that doesn't serve you any longer. And breathe. And over time, you visualize that your joints are lubricated and are free of any muscles. You're deflating the air out of your muscles and you're almost floating within your body. The only thing that you shifts is your breath. You can feel the waves of your breath. And when you have it sneak up on you, you change that. You shine a light in your head. You come down to your breath. You're mindful that there is a pause at the top of your breath. From time to time, separate your lips and seal your lips gently. One way that helps me is that every time I'm breathing, I'm thinking that I'm shining a light all the way down my feet. So my breath is not just shallow breathing, but it's full diaphragmic breath. So much so that I can feel the back of my ribs expanding. the side of my ribs and the front of my ribs. My belly is bulging. And yes, how do we sit still and be okay with that stillness? Loving ourselves and trusting ourselves, our body, our consciousness, enough to be in this beautiful body of ours. How do we get familiar with what's inside of it? And how do we find enough compassion to heal what needs to be healed? So if that's hard for you, visualize that you are giving sympathy to a friend of yours that needs your attention. What would you tell that friend? What words would you use? So your breath will be you, the guidance. Whatever you're feeling, maybe you or a friend, if it's hard for you to face what is, maybe you're giving that therapy, that suggestion, that love to a dear person of yours that needs your attention. And over time, that friend or imaginary friends feel safe enough to be addressed by you personally. Can you peel another layer of resistance, like you're sinking into a sponge? How deep is your breath? How long is your pause? How long is your exhalation? And how long is your pause before you inhale again? And that mind might be saying, okay, I had enough of here, let's get out of here. But you're not getting out of there. So how would you tame your nervous system to say, okay, let me shift another gear. Let me dig a little deeper inside of me to find that inner discipline. And that's how we find our strength. Not by giving up, but digging a little deeper. Slowly shift your body to the left. Extend your right arm to 3 o'clock. Decide if your palm is down or up. Turn your nose to the left and flip your left leg behind you. Any variation of your legs. And breathe. 1 o'clock, not 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Yeah. Breathe. Sometimes a pillow can go underneath you. Sometimes a block, if you're extending your top leg behind you, you can put a block if you feel that your leg is hanging in the air. Breathe. And again, we very quickly forget what we're supposed to do and we fall into our habits. So again, find your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. And remember, how do I find that inner peace? I'm committed to finding peace wherever I'm at. want to hear you breathing. There's a room full of people here, so find your breath. Notice if your ribs are expanding. Separate your lips. And allow your left hand to relax softly. So you're not putting, even that stimulates your nerve system in the wrong way. Breathe in, breathe out. And now if you head your palm one way, change it the other way. Adjust if you need to, adjust your legs if you need to. And breathe. Breathe, relax. Let go, let go. Learn how to let go. It's so difficult to do. So difficult to do. We want to be free. We want to be peaceful. Yet we don't know how to do that. So the practice teaches us. The Yin practice teaches us how to be still. And it allows us the opportunity to be quiet enough to catch those habits. So when you find that you're tensing up again, change that pattern. And it happens again, and you change it again. And maybe after 5,000 times, you catch yourself a little bit faster and you can relax a little bit longer. Breathe in again. Every time you breathe in, shine a light all the way down to your feet. Visualize those energy channels, maybe even those little roadmaps in your body, shining a light, and now you're feeling more freedom inside of you. And use your breath as your invisible muscle. Breathe in as far as you can. Pause. And exhale, let it go. And here's your opportunity, right here in front of you, to find that inner peace, to let go, to let go. Maybe it's your shoulders, maybe it's your mind, maybe it's your hip. And how do you let go? Is by addressing what is talking to you. Use your light, use your breath. And when you find yourself fidgety, come back to your breath and come back to your light. And target the area that is talking to you the most. Acknowledge and tell your nervous system, yes, I really, really want to be here. With your next breath, come to your belly. And then turn your body to your back, gently, gently, take your time. Take a moment, and I always say, feel sorry for the part that are talking to you. Lay on your back. Bend your knees again, constructive rest. Feet are wider than your hips, and bring your knees together. One hand over your belly, one over your heart, sacrum on the floor. Notice your feet. Notice if they feel more grounded. Notice your hips, notice your shoulders, the back of your skull. And with every cycle of your breath, you rewiring your nerve system. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And this is how I encourage you in your daily life when you feel overwhelmed. Take a little pause. Doesn't have to be long. It could be 3, 4 breaths. It could be in the car, resetting. All right. Drink that inner peace, that quiet. And why we do that? Because when you are here at this moment, right here, you are a free person. What happens in 5 minutes from now, we have no idea. So when that moment of freedom is here, take it, internalize it, appreciate it. Slowly hug your knees to your chest. Roll side to side and find your comfortable way to come to a seat. Everyone seems so sleepy. How are we doing? Doing okay? If you need a little water, feel free to take a little quick break before we move on. We're going to go into what's called in Yin Yoga Dragonfly, but we're going to twist it a little bit. So internally rotate your hips. Your feet will be wide or maybe a little bit less, depending on your where you are today. I would highly recommend to take a couple of blocks if you have them. We're going to lift the chest up and then we're going to rotate and focus on the left leg. I'll show you the options. Option 1 will be here. Okay. With both blocks. Maybe some of you have tall blocks. Option 2 will be, you can be on the tall blocks and then rest your forearms. Try to ground the right hip as best as you can. Okay, and then the other option, of course, will be to go a little lower. I would highly recommend to start slow because you don't want to hold your body. You want to feel as relaxed as you possibly can. So you might start here. And once your tissue starts to get, okay, I'm okay here, then maybe you come to your forearms. Here is what I don't want to see. I don't want to see your head falling down. It's coming from your hip, especially if you have herniated discs. Okay, you don't want to stress your low back. So look at me, you might stay here, straight. I don't want to see this. Collarbone is wide. Yeah. Take your hands a little further with the block if you have to. Yeah. Breathe here, relax. Relax your knees and your ankles. Visualize energetically your shoulders are depressed. So we find the edge and then we find stillness. And use your breath. Use your breath. And now can you imagine someone is taking a photograph of you? Do you look sad? Do you look overly stressed? Do you look focused? What would that be? Do you look peaceful? If you look stressed, maybe you went too far, or maybe your habits are sneaking up on you. Can you change what you need to change? Now, the power comes from the quality of your breath. The more you breathe into your back body, the brighter your light is. Breathe in there. Now, without moving much, but you energetically feel this elevation and this groundness. But there are no muscles involved. It's just your breath. And your inner light is creating this path inside of you. I personally like to turn my palms up so my energy is receiving and it's uplifted. And then catch yourself again. What are you holding on to? Where are you tensing up? Can you ground that right hip a little more? Soften your fingertips. And you get to that edge where you feel like, oh, it's starting to get edgy. You have to use your breath more efficiently. You have to shine a brighter light and you have to relax a little more. Any amount of pause at your breath allows you to transform. Now slowly come to your hands. Take your hands behind you and open your heart. Widen your collarbone. Turn your nose to the right and to the left. Right and left. Then gaze forward. Our next transition is going to be an option of either sleeping swan, which is a pigeon variation, or a deer variation. So I'll show you. We're going to focus on the left leg. I'm going to bend my left leg to the top of your mat, and the right leg is going to go into 90-90. Okay? Your option is to stay in the 90-90, come forward. You can take a block. You can stay here to begin with. And then at one point, you can tuck your toes under and go to the full pose. If either one of those is not an option for you today, you're more than welcome to go on your back and bend your left knee over the right, and you can rest your right foot on the block. So the 90-90 is a nice start. It just hits different fibers. Open your mouth for a moment. Let go of all that tension that you might be experiencing. And now with every breath, feel your back ribs expanding. Try to relax your knees and your hips, your shoulders. And if the sleeping swan is the easy way for you, maybe change it and go to that little deer with the 90-90. Now remember, we go out, we find the edge, and then we go inward. We find that stillness. We unleash the resistance, the tension. We shine our inner light brighter, and we lengthen our breath. And we have to go through that cycle again and again. That's why you keep on scanning your body to feel. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe more to the right side. Breathe more. Good. Just breathe more here. Visualize this is coming down. Yeah. You feel it? Relax your shoulders. Breathe into your back body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Breathe more here. Feel the energies going this way, this way. Keep breathing there. Yeah. Inhale. Inhale and exhale. Relax your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale all the way through the back body. Relax your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. And now scan your body and notice where you're holding tension. Can you shine your inner light like aromatherapy oil? And then allow your breath to flow. And visualize all your muscles. The air is deflated. And visualize those energy channels breathing through you. A few more breath. Inhale. So we're stressing those joints because we are going to be out of our comfort place, because that's how we go to the other side. What's familiar, we already know. But how do we use those tools to unleash whatever is bigger than us? How do we find that inner discipline to give ourselves permission to feel uncomfortable and to say it's okay? It's okay to feel uncomfortable, and you have nowhere to go except for inside of you to find the tools to free yourself. And you cannot be physically healthy if you're mentally, emotionally unhealthy. And you cannot be mentally or emotionally healthy if you're physically unhealthy. Slowly, slowly shift your body, bring your hands by your chest, shift your body to the left, swing your right leg forward, and come to your back again. Oh, take a moment here. Constructive rest. Drop your knees right and left. Do whatever feels good for your stillness. And then come back home again. One hand over your heart center, one over your belly. And now you're reorganizing all of those vibrations in your body with your pillar of light, like aromatherapy oil, and a soft, soothing internal voice that is telling you what, and your breath follows as a healer. And soak in that freedom, being connected to the earth and acknowledging at this moment I'm free. Even if there are little discomforts, I am a free person. Can you internalize that surrendering? Can you peel another layer of your being? And with your inner light, with your inner gaze, you can dive like a laser light all the way to the core of your being, to all of those layers, your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your energetic body. And you're healing all of those layers inside of you. I can assure you it doesn't happen in the gym. It doesn't matter how many pounds of weight you carry or you pump or you're doing all of that. The stillness is the healer. All right. Hug your knees to your chest, come up to a seat. Open your legs wide. Internally rotate your hips again. Find your blocks and frame your right leg. Like I said, start slow, organize, notice your left hip. Lift your ribcage and rotate your ribcage to the right. And that might be plenty, just stay there. Relax your knees, your ankles, your hips. But there is this energy that is lifting you up. If you feel, okay, this is pretty good, maybe I'll try the next step. Maybe the blocks are tall and you put your forearms. Visualize your breath poking and shifting all of what needs to be done inside of your body. And visualize the energy flowing from your left hand to your right foot, to your right hip, to your left hip, to your left leg. It's kind of like going in a cycle. And how can I slowly and gradually let go? You're feeling that sponge is sinking heavier and heavier. Breathe. And then you notice, oh, my knees are very engaged. Can I relax those knees a little? Can I feel my spine illuminating through the right and the left side of the spine, the feminine and the masculine, through the central nervous system, the pingala. So feel that length and energy lifting you up and ground you down. And again, the urge to always control and be totally invested 120%. Can we be okay with investing just 30% right now? But fully invested in our breath more than we usually do. And we witness the ribcage expanding 3-dimensional. Relax the shoulders. This is the journey The journey is not to wake up one morning and everything is perfect. It's not going to happen. But it's investing the work and the awareness. Okay? Breathe in. Relax your shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Soft with the hands. Soft. Yeah. Inhale. And now slowly bring your hands behind you. Open your heart and breathe. Turn your nose to the left and to the right. And the next time, take your right hand behind the base of your left skull, like you're trying to grip the hook your fingers right behind the base of your skull and just into your ear. Okay, now listen. Pull your head to your hand, not your hand to your head, but your head to your hand. Resist and depress the left shoulder down. Push your head to your hand. And then totally relax. Stay there. Inhale. Exhale, head to your hand. Totally relax. Release your hand. Tuck your chin under. And now we take the left hand. Hook your fingers right behind the right side of your skull and just into your ear. Walk your right fingertips as far away as you possibly can behind you. And now inhale. And on the exhale, resist your head to your hand and press that right shoulder down. And totally relax. Inhale. Resist your head to your hand. Exhale. Totally relax. Release your hands. A few shoulder rolls. Bring your chin down. Good. So now we're going to go to the right side. You're going to bend your right leg and your left leg into this little deer variation. You can find a block in front of you. Try to square your ribs as best as you can, and then come down to your forearms. You can rest your head. I would recommend to do both variations. If you know you're going to end up in a sleeping swan, which is a pigeon, start here first. Just feel the different sensations. And visualize your bones. Your bones are sinking down to the earth. And as you're staying there, you're trying to deplete the muscles. Visualize with your inner eye, you're peeling those muscles out of your body to where you could visualize all you're looking at are your bones. And now your breath has all that space to breathe through. Breathe in, breathe out. Neil, another beautiful experience is to put the block under your left quad muscle. It gives you a different experience. The right glute will be off the floor. You can try the left block under your left quad. And breathe. So if you want to see, it will be like so. You can decide on the low or the medium setting. Relax the top of your foot. Separate your lips, please. And now your inner conversation is between your breath, your pillar of light, and your sensations. And your goal is to visualize by the end of the class, you could visualize all those little roadmaps, those little meridians in your body are illuminated and they communicated every particle in your body. So when you get stuck, pause and acknowledge and breathe. Use your breath. And allow your inner light to be that inner eye of yours. Allow it to be your aromatherapy oil. Allow it to be that soft voice that is holding you, holding space for you to guide you, especially where you feel uncomfortable. And then you trust that whatever your body is ready to release, whatever comes up, your body is ready to let it go. Not always easy, but safe. So the other day, I just had this visual or this awareness of maybe the process of doing this type of work is trying to find the little child in you. Going back to that free child that has no knowledge of or self-conscious of what they should be or look like or act. There is that innocence. So can you find that? Can you reverse and drop all those little walls that are in your way to be more vulnerable? If you look at little kids, 1 minute they're crying hysterically, the next second they're laughing. If they were older, they would think that they're psycho, right? But it's okay when they're kids because they have no awareness. They're innocent. So find that innocent child inside of you. And that's the end of the road almost. But can you pull your inner discipline and your breath and your wisdom to be okay being here a little longer, to deepen your breath and shine a brighter light for a few more breaths. Breathe through your spine, feel your back ribs. And now slowly bring your hands by your chest. Bring your weight to the right side and flip or swing your left leg forward. Lay on your back. Take a moment here. And this is a perfect opportunity to notice that serenity. Oh, I'm free now. You are. Laying on your back here, constructive rest is a piece of cake. It's like so liberating. So soak it in. Breathe into that. And any residue, flush it out with your breath, with your pillar of light, maybe slight movement, whatever you need to do to liberate that. Okay, so I was playing this morning and then I came up with this little setup. I felt it was very beneficial, so I will hopefully be able to convey what I'm trying for you to achieve. And the setup will be one block on the medium setting. If you have a narrow block, I would say put 2 blocks. And you can even take 2 blocks wherever you are. Just let's make it simple. Take the 2 blocks on the medium setting. The pillows. 1 pillow, 2 pillows. Okay. So kind of like map where your block is. And now you're going to take those 2 pillows over in the middle. We will start with the left side. So I'm going to stack my knees together. Take my left armpit and slash upper arm in a little bit of the serratus here over the pillow. Okay? So focus more on the armpit. Now listen, here it goes. Scoot your hips as far down as you can. And now you're going to take your bottom leg, it's going to stay straight, scoot it to the back. Your top leg can come forward. You can also put a block under your, you don't have another block. So yeah, just stay with your legs straight, or you can bend it in the front. So you're going to be more on the left side and actively initially, you're going to pull the rib cage. Visualize that the rib cage is going down to the floor. And don't fall asleep. Good? So, 2 blocks, rest your arm, scoot your hips as far away from the pillow, and now energetically, you're drawing the left rib cage down. You're too high. Go down. Yeah, so your arm is extended, totally extended. Drop your ribs, scoot your hips down more even, Sylvia. That way. Are you feeling a stretch? Too much there, yeah. Scoot your hips down more. Down, that way, away from the pillow. But not on your belly. You're on this side. You are on the left side. Come on. Okay. Let's see here. Maybe it's too high because you have big pillows. Okay. So, yeah, lift your arm. Good. Now, this leg can go here. like this. Straighten the leg. Straighten the leg. Do you feel it? Okay, breathe. And now visualize this ribcage coming down. Do we all feel it? Andy, do you feel?
Mellow back.
Like a good or bad way?
Like a stretch.
Okay, good. So yeah, everybody will feel it differently. Neil, do you feel? Just thumbs up with your right hand? Okay, good. And now energetically visualize that left ribcage is dragging down to the floor energetically. And now breathe in there, and over time, your hip will be heavier. Breathe. Body, do you feel pressure? You don't have to feel the It should be therapeutic almost. Let's move this forward. Yeah. Do you feel that? Breathe in. Mary, do you feel? Wherever you feel, I want you to go on your side. Yeah. No, but this leg is good. This leg is straight back, back, back. Yeah. One is enough. One pillow because your pillow is big. Yeah. Now drag that ribcage down. You feel that? And this one down. There. That's it. Breathe in, breathe out. You feel it? Breathe, inhale, and exhale. You feel it? Do you feel it? Do you feel the stretch? Oh, good, good. Deepen your breaths. I said, don't fall asleep on me because we have another side. But do enjoy that quiet. And now you're tracing your body, unleashing, and then you're discovering your beautiful self inside of you. And after all those years, the more I learn, the more I know I don't know, but it still blows my brain how magnificent this body. So we treat it with respect. This sophisticated computer with a soul. Inhale. Remember, your medicine is your breath. And now, with the power of your breath and your pillar of light, you're stripping those layers off your body. And can you visualize this imaginary laser light going through all the layers into your bones? And now your breath is free. And maybe you can let go a little more. Maybe your inner light is a little brighter. And when you're ready, bring your top leg next to the bottom leg. Take a moment to reset. You can lay on your back. Scan your body again with your inner light. Organize everything physically, mentally, emotionally in your body. Connect those little dots. Exhale all the residue out of your body. And when you're ready, come up. We'll go to the other side. So organize your blocks and your pillows if you need to reset everything. If you have a very thick pillows, maybe you notice that one is enough. Okay, so you stack your knees, give or take, don't lay down yet. You have to start sitting down. Lift up, lift your rib cage up, up, up. Now reach up. Notice where the center of your block is. Reach up, 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 up. Pause. Now scoot your hips as far down as you can. You're gonna feel a little traction. Then bottom leg goes back and straight. Relax your head. Top leg can be bent. Oh, it feels so good. Or extend your leg with the block underneath you. You want to be totally relaxed here. I have to say that must be my new favorite. Oh, so good. Yeah, make sure you have that traction and breathe. So you like pulling the right arm, the right rib cage down towards your right hip and towards the floor. Breathe. Do you feel it? So if you don't feel it, just raise your finger and I'll come and help you adjust. If you're at home, I'll try and guide you at home. Yeah, and try to stay more on the right side of your body, like more lateral. Yeah. And as you create more space, maybe you scoot your hips a little further from the pillows. Yeah, good. And take your right leg further back to the right. The extended leg. Yes, 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 yes. Breathe in there. And then internalize the flavor of this piece inside of you right here. And remind yourself that you can do this again and again. And the longer you're there, the more you're letting go of those muscles. Visualize your bones are sinking into the mat. Your breath is reaching your feet. The space between your ribs, your intercostal muscles. And every time you breathe in, can you visualize those little roadmaps illuminated by your breath? How deep is your breath? How long is your pause? What do you feel when you pause? Where is it? Acknowledge it. And then exhale out. Can you loosen up your joints a little bit more? Every breath, you're shining a light through your feet, your fingertips, crown of your head, and all the points in between. You could almost visualize a roadmap or roads, many roads, in your little inner landscape. And your breath is spoken and created more flow, more space, more freedom, decongesting. Can you visualize your inner light radiating all the way to your bones? With your next breath, bring your top leg back, roll it over to your back. Hug your knees to your chest. Massage your sacrum side to side. And now there is that breath, that pillar of light, like radiating, growing flowers in your body because you weeded all of those weeds out of your little garden. Soak it in. All right. How we doing?
Great.
Are you hungry, Andy?
Always.
Okay. Okay. Last one. We're going to take the strap under the armpits. Make sure your buckle is not on your feet, it's on the side. Maybe the tail is facing your face. Some of you may need a pillow for your head. And then legs, balls of the feet under the strap. You can decide if you want your knees to be more bent. Try to stay on your sacrum and not on your low back. All right? Turn your palms up and make yourself a little hammock here. You can rock side to side. You can bend one leg in another. You can just stay still. But try to relax the muscles. It's not about so much of the stretch. It's about just calming the nerve system down, slowing the heart rate down. So again, trying to deflate the muscles out of your air, the air out of your muscles as you're sinking down. Even your fingertips are soft. You can make a fist with your palms and open your palms slowly. And then you hit another layer and you feel like, oh, I'm still tensing up. Okay, try to relax those knees, your ankles, your shoulders. And without stretching your body, feel that inside of you, your body is stretching out without changing anything. Just visualize that your body is expanding within to the edges of your skin, but without moving any muscles. Can you relax your knees a little more, your ankles? And when you have enough, get out of your strap, hug your knees, do whatever you feel before you get into Shavasana. If you like to put pillows under your knees, feel free to do whatever feels good for you. Inhale and exhale. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And a deep exhale. And I would ask of you to embrace in your Shavasana all the beautiful things you use to your practice today, your breath, your inner light. Visualize those little roadmaps. And when you lose yourself, turn the light on in your head and bring awareness to your breath as if you're tracing your body. Visualize your breath is illuminated in this little magic marker. And you're just tracing the body, and then your breath can fill that space. And as you exhale, that light becomes a ball of light at your heart center, like a power light. And then as you inhale, you spread the light through the shape of your body with peace and gratitude, contentment. Maybe you can even visualize tracing your toes and your fingertips. Allowing your top body to melt into your back body and your back body to melt into the earth. You may visualize your mat as a little boat and you're floating in Puerto Rico on the water. And now that you've created all that space inside of you, you notice those little roadmaps inside of you are free of any congestion. In the next breath, bring your hands to your heart center. Find that inner sacred place within you. May peace and love and wisdom guide you, protect you, show you the way, and offer you a sense of inner strength and happiness. Move your toes and bring your feet closer to you. Hug your knees to your chest. And roll over to the side, please, in a fetus pose. Maybe if you have a pillow close by you, make a little pillow there. And as always, rather than treat your practice as a forgettable exercise or stretch, how do we take this experience and learning into our daily life? That's the essence of yoga. How do we practice yoga beyond the physical, off the mat? What do you leave behind you and what do you take with you? What inspired you today? With that, push the floor and come to a seat, please. And bring our hands to our heart center. Spread your fingers wide and then open your middle three fingers into a lotus mudra, my favorite. And it symbolizes purity and love. What's so amazing about it is it grows in muddy water. It's like how this beautiful flower can come from this mud. That's life. When you feel like you're sinking and drowning, there's always a beautiful flower waiting for you on the other side. I hope practice served you well today. If you have any questions, I'm always here. Thank you for being here. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, friends at home. We have Seattle, Puerto Rico, all over the place. Have fun. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.